The Black Phone has finally hit theaters across the nation. It is a movie I've been looking forward to all year. It was supposed to come out, I think, in February, and then also probably in 2021 as well. But it's now June, it's the end of June, and it is finally here, and boy, is this a good horror movie. First and foremost, for those of you that have not seen the movie yet, I want to warn you that there is a lot of child violence. And by that I mean violence towards children, both from children on children and also adults on children. It is quite horrifying, and so if that's a trigger for you, like it kind of was for me, I want you to be aware of that, because it really adds to the horror of the movie, but it's also just a separate issue that is, very real world, and it is equally terrifying. So I just want you to be aware of that. Speaking of violence, now this movie is a R-rated horror film, okay? So there is also going to be other types of violence in this movie. There is violence on adults, not just children. And it is gruesome when I tell you this is not for the kind-hearted person that thinks the world is all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, this is violent and terrifying. So for those of you who are unaware of what The Black Phone is about, the basic idea is there is a person out there that is kidnapping children, and they're just disappearing. They're called the Grabber, I think is the name. That's just what the people in the town do. He comes, he's got like a black van and leaves like black balloons at the scene, right? And then he just grabs kids. And there's the main character gets kidnapped, right? After several of these kids go missing. And he's in this basement place, right? And there's a black phone, like a rotary phone, on the wall. It's not plugged in. And every once in a while it rings. And when he answers it, there are people talking to him, and those people happen to be the previous victims of the Grabber. And the kids are essentially talking to him from the afterlife and trying to help him. So, interesting premise there. I cannot recall anything that specific, and obviously you've had like otherworldly voices on the phone and whatnot, but the kidnapping and then that whole thing together, I don't think I've seen a movie like that before. If you've seen it, tell me in the comment section down below. But anyway, so this is an interesting premise for me, and it is a truly horrifying movie. It is bone-chilling. There are some jump scares. There's some horrific imagery in this movie. And, in my personal opinion, as of right now, this is the best horror movie of the year. Why do I say that? Well, one, it does its job very well. It is horrifying. That's really what you look for in a horror movie, right? You want it to scare you, leaving you feeling uneasy, all that sorts of stuff. It does that phenomenally. The acting from all the children in the movie, awesome. I don't think there was a single poor performance from a child, which, child actors are usually hit and miss in films, and in this case, they're great. So, big plus on that. Ethan Hawke as the Grabber. I was excited for him because I like him as an actor. I liked him recently in Moon Knight. So seeing him in a horror role has been pretty cool. I don't really find anything spectacular about his performance in here. I think he does it good for the most part. He definitely isn't the strong suit of the story, though. And what I mean by that is he gives a good performance and all, but he's not in the movie all that much. Most of this movie relies on the main kid. His name is Mason, which is why I remember that. Can't remember his last name exactly. But that kid carries this movie. He is going to be something special. I just know it. As well as his sister in the movie. They are both wonderful. I love their dynamic together for the little bit that they were together. I believe them as siblings that love each other. And the stuff going on with their home life was awful, but I believed how their bond, got so strong. Yeah, the acting in this movie is great. Just the horror elements in this movie is great. Everything about this movie is great. If you are a fan of horror movies, like me for the most part, you gotta see this movie. I said this already, but this is definitely the horror movie of the year. So far, at least. I cannot recommend this movie enough for any horror fans out there. If you're not a horror fan, I can't really recommend this for you. If you are, triggered by child violence, that sort of stuff, can't recommend that for you either because it's a big part of the story. But anyway, those are just my thoughts on The Black Phone. If you've seen the movie, comment down below what you thought about it. If you haven't, comment down below why you haven't. Tell me if you think that Ethan Hawke is too cool to be a villain. I don't know. Anyways, go ahead and subscribe for more content like this. Don't forget to like and share as always. And until next time, my name is Mason. Take care.